The traditions, charm, and appeal of a small town with all the big city perks. Welcome till Stoughton.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
Welcome to the Stoughton Opera House. I'm here because this gorgeous theater captures the spirit of the city we're discovering today. Charming, artistic, and full of life. Today, we're in Stoughton.
Stoughton is but a short scenic drive southeast from Madison. Along with Lake Kaganza and an artsy historic downtown, Stoughton is probably best known for its Norwegian heritage.
You're in Livsreisa. That's our Norwegian name. It means life's journey. We're a heritage center. We tell the story of Norwegian immigration. That took place in a window between 1825 and 1910. During that time, 800,000 people left Norway for a better life. A lot came to Wisconsin, so much so that by the turn of the 20th century, 1/4 of all the people living in Wisconsin were Norwegian immigrants. People are extremely proud of their heritage, and once you live here for a while, it becomes contagious. And of course, this weekend, everyone's Norwegian. This weekend is 17. Mai, which means the 17th of May in Norwegian. This is the day that Norway received their constitution from Sweden in 1814. Stoughton makes it a 3-day festival. We have a wonderful arts and crafts fair going on. At Chorus Public House, they are having a Norwegian folk art demonstration, including fiber arts, carving, knife making, Sami bracelet making, so there's something for everyone.
We are doing Norwegian weaving called krokbrad. It means crooked path in Norwegian. Norway is similar to here in that the climate is cold, so they would use this thick fabric as a wall covering to keep drafts out. They would use it as a rug and as blankets. So it was really like multi-purpose fabric for them.
In addition to my best attempt at Norwegian weaving.
Were you this awkward the first time you tried weaving?
Yes,
Okay.
probably more so.
Of course, I had to try some traditional Norwegian delicacies.
Inside this tinfoil, I'm told it's varmepølse, aka a hot dog wrapped in lefse. Okay. I'm into this. Have you had varmepølse?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. This is a community that 100% embraces its Norwegian heritage. I happen to be a little Norwegian myself, so I'm super excited to be here. I'm on a hunt for rosettes and krumkakas, which are Norwegian cookies. I will not leave without finding one of those. I like to think of myself as something of an expert in Norwegian desserts, not in making them, but in eating them. This is definitely a rosette here. Very nice. There is something to be said about an event like 17. Mai, where you're coming here to really learn about a country and its culture and its significance to this pocket of Wisconsin. You're really paying homage to the heritage here.
Another lesser-known festival here in Stoughton celebrates our Norwegian contribution to the workday, the coffee break. There's coffee, of course, as well as a car show, arts and craft vendors, and lots of activities for kids.
Back in the mid-1800s, a lot of Norwegian immigrants immigrated to Stoughton. Most of the men were working in the wagon works, so Osmund Gunnarsson, who owned some of the tobacco warehouses in town, could not get help. So he approached the wives. They consented under one condition. They could go home mid-morning, check on the children, and there's always a big pot of coffee on the stove. They would return back to the tobacco warehouses, revived or rejuvenated because they had their cup of coffee. So he started providing coffee for them at work. So if it wasn't for us Norwegians in Stoughton, you would not get a break in the morning and afternoon when you're at work. So you can thank us for that.
Stream full episodes of Discover Wisconsin to plan your next Wisconsin getaway. Up next, I'm exploring downtown here in Stoughton. Welcome back to Stoughton here on Discover Wisconsin. Undoubtedly, the first thing you'll notice about Stoughton is that it's got a really amazing downtown. Historic, thriving, picturesque, it's a true reflection of the city as a whole. While there's a number of great places to eat, most of the locals will point you in the direction of the Viking Brew Pub.
I initially wanted to have it to be real simple and mainly a brew pub, but Lori and her sisters ganged up on me. And they said, oh, you got to have burgers, and you got to have fries, and you got to have this and that. And so we really have evolved into more of a restaurant that happens to have a brewery, and we're Stoughton's first brewery.
The ship was just obviously to bring in a Nordic theme, with the Vikings, and really it's all Scandinavian.
Now, obviously, it has a dragon. Lori's brother, Mitchell, he engineered it so that it would blow smoke. Kids just love it. I'll say, hey, you want to come over and I'll let you push the button to work the dragon. They see it smoke, they just grin from ear to ear. So everybody loves it. It's almost becoming a tourist attraction.
Would you look at that? That in and of itself is worth making a trip to Viking Brew Pub. I asked them to bring me the craziest burger on their menu, and the Viking Brew Pub delivered. This is the Viking burger. I have two options. I think I can squish her down and just give her a go, or eat it layer by layer. I think I'm gonna try option one. Wish me luck. That was messy, but really good.
Another must-stop, the iconic Fosdale Home Bakery.
This particular bakery here has been open and owned since 1907. You can go from cookies to cakes to Kringle to donuts, which is pretty much a #1 favorite around here. You hear a lot about kids that grew up with this bakery, so then they come back and then their children come in, and it's pretty cool. I love the ability to bake something, have somebody try it, and have that instant feedback of how I did.
My name is Dorothy, otherwise known as Granny Dot. It's a friendly place and the aroma is wonderful. This is why. It's not a donut.
What is it?
Donuts have a hole in the middle. Did you not know that?
Let the record show that while Fosdale's does have amazing donuts, their Bismarcks are also a customer favorite. Also downtown is the unique treasure trove of a shop, Diakonos Designs.
Becky, what is Diakonos Design?
Diakonos Designs is a wonderful place where people come to make all kinds of creative projects. We have a lot of jewelry, we have a lot of kits. We have got every element you need to put together something that's a unique expression of whatever you might want to engage or share with somebody.
Yeah. I walked in here and we were just totally in awe. Very, very visual shop here.
I think that's very true. In fact, one gal walked in, she said, "This is like Pinterest come alive." Yeah, we have a lot of things, a lot of elements that will spark creativity.
And then you offer workshops, classes?
We do, yep.
Very cool.
We do those all day long, and in the evening, ladies' nights out, birthday parties, Girl Scout events, family events,
Yeah,
whatever. Yep.
Very cool. And I like that here, there's just a little bit more meaning behind the colors you're choosing, the beads you're choosing, the little pendant in the middle oftentimes has like a certain symbol or a word on it. It just made me think more about what it was I was making, which felt different from all the other times that I've made jewelry in the past. I'm really proud of my bracelet. It was pretty simple, but what I love about it is it looks harder than it actually is, so I can't wait to brag to other people that I made this myself, and I think people are gonna be pleasantly surprised.
Find out more about these and other downtown Stoughton destinations at discoverwisconsin.com. Coming up, we're exploring the beauty and recreation that you can find right here in Stoughton. Discover Wisconsin is back, exploring Stoughton. Stoughton's appeal extends beyond the city itself to the natural beauty of the surrounding water and parks.
Aside from the fact it's located on Lake Kaganza, what else is special about Lake Kaganza State Park?
Sure. What I think is my favorite part of the park is that it's a kind of a quiet oasis that's in an area that's becoming more and more urban. So we're really close to Stoughton, obviously. We're like 20 minutes from Madison. We're a little over an hour to Milwaukee. So there's a lot of population in the area, and it's just getting more and more crowded. And I think when you come out here, you can just enjoy nature and get some quiet.
Get rid of the hustle and bustle.
Right, yeah, and just kind of, breathe again and get a little break.
And a good spot to bring your dog.
Definitely.
Yeah, there is a dog beach,
There's a dog beach, and it's very popular, and lots of hiking trails to take your dog on as well.
Awesome, just make sure they're leashed and they're good to go.
Yep.
Yeah. I've been coming to Lake Kaganza State Park since I was a little kid, being from the area. And now that I'm a little older with a dog, I come and enjoy the park in a different kind of way. Hiking with Josie is always an experience. You just never know what you're gonna get. She kind of has a mind of her own, a nose of her own, but she does make exploring the parks in Wisconsin just so much more fun. How big is the park?
The park is 342 acres.
Wow, okay.
The lake is 3,000 acres, so that's the biggest draw for the park is the lake.
What do people do on the lake?
Oh gosh, anything from swimming to water skiing, so fishing, boating.
I've lived on Lake Kaganza for over 20 years. Oh, you can catch panfish, bluegills, perch, crappies, white bass, walleyes, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, sheephead. When I'm fishing, I feel relaxed and happy.
Lake life on Kaganza is a big part of life in Stoughton, but if you've got little ones, there's another place that is guaranteed to be a big hit.
It's called Troll Beach, and it's kind of like a lake with a bunch of floaties in it. There's kind of something for everyone to do, and no one's really bored. No one goes up to their parents, I'm bored, let's go home. You always this to this to this.
It's perfect, family friendly, super affordable, clean, and so much fun. We come a couple times a year for the last 4 or 5 years, and they have a blast every time.
Another key is the floaties. It keeps them entertained and has a variety of different things for them to do.
We've been here from open to close before, and they're bummed when it's time to leave.
Come to Troll Beach right now if you're watching. Because fun. They have stuff for little kids. They have stuff for big kids. It's water, because who doesn't love water? It's very fun, gets you active, and it's just overall awesome.
Follow Discover Wisconsin on Instagram for sneak peeks at what goes on behind the scenes of our productions. Coming up, we're taking a closer look at Stoughton's booming art scene. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Discover Wisconsin. Today, we're in Stoughton. Increasingly known for its music, theater, and galleries, Stoughton has become a haven for artists and art enthusiasts.
The Stoughton Village Players Theater is a building that was built in 1921. It's always been a theater, but it started its life as a silent movie house. Several times a year, the Village Players stage productions. Right now, this is the set of a show called Nonsense. This very intimate theater gives the audience a very close view of the production they're seeing. There isn't a bad seat in the house. We're proud of the productions we put on. Madison has named us best of the suburban theaters more than once. So we know we put on good shows, and we're hoping our audience has that feeling when they leave, that they've seen a good show and they've had a good time. Because that's what it's really about, having a good time.
Just up the road, a beloved art gallery that recently made Stoughton its new home.
Tim and I have owned the Able Contemporary Gallery since 2004. We represent about 90 artists from across the United States working in all media. I'm a painter and Tim is a woodworker and a metalsmith. So when we purchased the gallery, it was important for us to show fine art and fine craft side by side. We represent some nationally recognized ceramicists and have artists exhibiting that live from Hawaii to New York, and certainly a lot of local artists.
Over the years, we've developed being a destination that people travel from all over to come and see what we have exhibited at our gallery. We're in the art zone right here, and I think that forms a real solid community in the appreciation of all the art, performing arts, visual arts, and we're really happy to be a part of that.
There's definitely a love for art in the air here, and Stoughton is dedicated to making it available and accessible to everyone. One example is a hometown favorite, gazebo music.
We come here and we party, and literally party. We listen to the music, the children run around and dance, neighbors get to see each other. If you notice, the crowd is very multi-generational. So you have grandparents and great-grandparents and parents and children, and it's really a great time. We even let the dogs come. It's a place for joy. That's what it is.
And last but certainly not least, we couldn't leave this city without stopping by its crown jewel, the Stoughton Opera House.
Something tells me there is quite a bit of history associated with the Stoughton Opera House.
It's amazing. I still, to this day, every day I'm discovering something new. First of all, it has 4 floors, and there's so much detail everywhere, and everything has a story.
I have been lucky enough to visit my fair share of historic theaters and opera houses in Wisconsin. Unfortunately, a common theme I see is that a lot of theaters will say, our locals aren't paying attention to us. That does not seem to be the case here in Stoughton. Why do you think that is?
The first time I had seen Stoughton, it was notable to me the commitment to culture that the city of Stoughton has. And from the second you turn your car down Main Street, you notice that there's art galleries on your right and left, and a community theater, and then this glorious opera house. A lot of artists that tour come to the Midwest and just have a special place in their heart for the Stoughton Opera House, and there are some artists that come through that can only be seen here.
Really? And who are we seeing tonight?
Tonight is Rhiannon Giddens and Francesco Toretti.
I started off in classical music and opera, and then I found the banjo, and so I play a lot of American roots music now. My impressions of this place are always that people are very nice and friendly and that there's a lot of cheese, and so it's always a good impression.
They've brought in artists that are founded in traditions and founded in history, but doing something completely different and expressing something completely different. I would love for audiences to come in and just experience history, but also connect to it, because we're a part of the trajectory.
We're in it, yeah.
Founded in traditions and founded in history, expressing something completely different. Once again, the spirit of this beautiful theater so perfectly mirrors that of the city it's in, and that is Stoughton. Stream Discover Wisconsin anywhere, anytime. Continue the adventure on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, Smart TV, Chromecast, and discoverwisconsin.com.